Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. And welcome to the Keenya Kelly Morning Show. Super excited to have you guys here with me every single morning, Monday through Friday, 8:30 Central and 9:30 Eastern Time. For those of you guys that are brand new to me, my name is Keenya Kelly. I'm an entrepreneur and business owner. And what I do is I help people to figure out who they are at the core of their being, create products and services around those gifts, and then build sustainable and profitable brands online and in person. And so anytime you join me on a live broadcast or in person, you're going to hear me talk about business, branding, Jesus, and my cats, because that's who I am. And so that's what I talk about. So again, welcome into 2018. Today is, January 3rd already. I missed my mom's birthday. Ooh. I need to call her. Sorry. I'll call her when we hang up. So welcome into 2018. I'm super excited you guys are here with me. I don't know about you guys, but I know that we all set goals at the end of the year or at the beginning of the year for the year to come. I still believe in New Year's resolutions. I believe that people should write out a goal and write out a plan, and they should strive for it. And so I don't hate on people that want to go after new goals, because I'm always trying to go after stuff and I don't always hit things. And so this morning on the Keenya Kelly Morning Show, I want to talk about going from idea to execution, okay? Going from idea to execution. And so if you're watching this broadcast, this is your first time watching, go ahead and type #new. If you have been here before, you can type #living legend, because I have a Facebook community that's called the Legacy Lounge, where we are helping people to be living legends every single day by building businesses that can sustain them sustain their families after they are gone. So if you guys wouldn't mind sharing this video, I'd appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and share this really, really quickly. So just give me a moment while I share. All right. Look like my Wi-Fi is looking good, so praise God for that. But good morning, guys. Make sure you guys say hello. I want to know who is here and who is watching me this morning. I can see you guys here, but I can't see who is here with me. Hopefully, I'm not having any issues with Facebook, which is why I can't see who is live with me, but now we'll see, or whatever. Okay. All right. So give me just a moment. I'm going to share this really, really quickly, and then we'll go ahead and get into the topic of today. And so what I did was I wrote down three little keys for going from idea to execution. Now, granted, there are thousands of things that you need to do to go from idea to execution. But on my consulting calls with my clients, especially those that come to my call that need clarity, which is a lot of people, we usually start out right where I'm going to talk to you guys about this morning. Okay. So the first thing that I usually do on my calls with my clients, especially when they have an idea and they're trying to go from idea to execution, is I ask them a key question. And you can write this down. The question that I ask them is this: 5 years from now, how much money do you want to be making in a business, right? And the reason why I ask that question is because, one, as a consultant, I need to know where this person is, right? Because 5 years from now, I want to be bringing in $5 million a month, right? But I don't want to have a $5 million a month conversation with a person that wants to make $100,000 a year. There's nothing wrong with wanting to make $100,000 a year, but I've got to know where this person is in their mindset and in their goals so I can meet them where they are, okay? So my first question to you this morning is, number one, what is your ultimate goal financially? So I want you to ask yourself, when you have this idea for a business or a business in general, what is your goal 5 years from now? Now, don't let it be my goal. It needs to be your goal, okay? And that's going to let you know what pace you need to go after and what you need to do to get there. So after you write down the financial goal of what you want to accomplish 5 years from now, then I want you to ask yourself, in a dream world, if you are making, let's just say, $1 million a year from your business, what would you really, really, really like to be doing that is generating you that type of money, right? So if I want to be making $5 million a month from my business, what do I really want to be doing that's causing that? I want to be teaching people about business, about branding. I want my branding and consulting firm to be consulting with thousands and thousands and thousands of people without me. I want thousands of people to be taking my online digital courses, which are launching soon. I want thousands of people to be a part of my monthly membership community, which is launching soon. That I want all that taking place, and that's what's generating me $5 million a month. And so as you're going from idea to execution, I want you to ask yourself that question. How much money do you want to be making per year, 5 years from now? And then what is it that you ultimately really want to be teaching or doing that is causing you to make that type of money? Now, once you have that written out, then you go to number 2. And number 2 is, what does this align with? And so what does that mean? So if this is your ultimate goal, you have to evaluate what you're doing right now. You have to evaluate the idea that you just came up with, right? And so what does that mean? What that means is that right now, everybody's excited, everybody's inspired. There's lots of people on Facebook Live, Periscope, everywhere teaching all types of stuff, which is great. And so you're going to watch multiple people today, tomorrow, this week, this month, this year, and it's going to inspire you. You're going to hear about ways you can make money. And so you're going to come up with ideas every single day. Right? The Lord is going to give you ideas every single day, and so is the devil, right? And so just because you get a great idea does not mean you need to act on it today, right? Or ever, right? That means you need to put that idea into the idea box, and you've got to ask yourself, how does this align with my ultimate goals? How does this align with my ultimate goals? I'll give you an example. So I keep being told by people, you need to be a stand-up comedian. You need to do stand-up comedy. We want to hire you to do stand-up comedy. First of all, I don't think I'm that funny, right? Second of all, I don't want to write out scripts to be funny, because if I have to perform, I'm going to fall on my face as it pertains to comedy, according to me. Now, if God says something else, that's a total different thing. Now, he ain't told me about being a comedian. I mean, I've seen myself on stage with millions of people talking, and I know I'm funny because I'm just being myself, but I haven't seen me doing, The Last Black Unicorn or being Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart and all them. I haven't seen all that. Now, if God wants to show it to me, he knows I'm open to hear it. But, everybody I keep meeting, especially in Texas, because they're all new to me, they're all like, you should be doing stand-up comedy. And I'm like, okay. And I just put it into a box, and I've even had folks pray over me, which is great. I don't mind the prayer, But I had to ask myself, does this align with where it is I'm going? I want to be making $5 million a month in 5 years. So can I make $5 million a month and have my husband and have my kids and my free time doing stand-up comedy? According to what I see right now, no, I cannot do that, because that's going to require me to be present doing all this stuff, doing stand-up comedy and writing all these things, and I just don't find that I'm that funny. Now, would I mind hosting an event for somebody and I can be funny on the mic? Sure, I don't mind doing that, but I guarantee you most people don't want to pay me $15,000 to host an event to just be funny. Now, that's not how much I charge right now. I'm talking about 5 years from now. So when the ideas come, I have to ask myself, how does this align with my ultimate goal? Is this a part of the yellow brick road? And I have to write it down and figure that out, right? It's like right now, I am in the process of developing a conference here in Houston where entrepreneurs can come and learn from the beginning stages to the ending stages of starting and launching a business and making it profitable. Now, that goes right in line with everything that I'm doing, right? And I kind of want to do a Christian conference, but I don't care if you're Christian or not. Everybody can come, but you just know what's going to come out of my mouth on stage, right? That aligns with my ultimate goal, right? And so when you're going from idea to execution, you have to begin with the end in mind. You have to look at the end result, 5, 10, 20 years from now. Where is it you're trying to end up? And then you build a business backwards. Otherwise, you'll build this business, and then you'll build this business, and you'll build this business. And 5 years from now, you'll say, what's going on? Because you didn't have a plan. You didn't have a brick road. You weren't following a roadmap to success, right? It's just like I'm in Houston, Texas. If I want to get to San Antonio, I'm not going to get in the car and start driving. Before I get in the car and start driving, I'm going to get the address to where I'm going in San Antonio, and I'm going to put it in my GPS. It's going to tell me how much time it takes and where to go, right? And so the end goal is San Antonio, and the GPS is giving me the plan backwards. It's saying go here, go here, go here, and then you're going to end up there in 2.5 hours. Okay, same thing goes for your business, going from idea to execution. All right, so number 3, the third thing I want you to do is I want you to ask yourself, why are people calling you? I had somebody say this to me a couple years ago, and it made total sense, right? So some of you guys are finding yourselves here in 2018, and you want to start a business, right? If that's you and you want to start a business, I want you to just type a 1 in the comments, right? If that's you and you're here in 2017 and you want to start a business or propel your business forward, I want you to type a 1 in the comments, okay? And so you may be asking yourself, well, I have this idea for this, and I have this idea for this, and I have this idea for this. And those are great. I love ideas, right? But one of the things to understand is this. You know, you have to get people to work every day and then take their money and give it to you. Listen, this is a practical, simple example. You're trying to get people to work every single day, whatever they do to make money, and then take the money that they make and give it to you, right? So you have to understand, you have to begin creating things and marketing yourself and your business that makes people that have worked every single day want to give their money to you. Because there's thousands of other places and people and they can give their money to, right? So as you are going from idea to execution, the first thing I want you to do, on top of what I already said, is that I want you to ask yourself, why are people calling you today? Right? Why are people calling you today? So when the person asked me that a couple years ago, they said, give 3 reasons why people call you. And I was like, what are 3 reasons why people call me, right? And I was like, business, marketing, and prayer. That's why they call me. Business, marketing, and prayer, right? And so that's basically what I'm doing now, right? If you look at KeenyaKelly.com, it's all about business development. It's all about branding and marketing. And then it's all about Jesus. And so it made total sense to create a business and ministry and all of that around the reason why people are already calling me. And I'm already passionate about it all, which is why people are calling me. The challenge is that most of us don't see ourselves as valuable. Feel the Holy Spirit. Most of us don't see ourselves as valuable enough to begin charging people for the reasons why they're calling. I know I didn't. For years, people would call me for business, for branding, for marketing, and I wouldn't charge them. I'm not saying charge people for prayer. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying charge people for a prophetic word. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying when people were calling me for business or for branding or for marketing advice, I wasn't charging, and I should have. And it took me a minute to believe in myself enough to attach $1 to an hour of my time. And at first I did like $25 an hour, which is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Right? Then it was 50, then it was 100 and whatever else. Right? And so I had to see myself as valuable, where I stopped taking phone calls from people that wanted to just talk to me for free. Right? And it's not a bad thing that people want to talk to you for free, because we do it all the time. We call our friends and ask our advice. They call us. It's just kind of what happens. But if you're desiring to build a consulting business, then at some point you're going to have to see yourself valuable enough to charge people for your time. Do you hear what I'm saying? It's like I've been talking to a lot of people in the Jesus arena, and I tell them, you don't have to charge for prayer. You don't have to charge for prophetic words. Like, you're not supposed to. I don't believe. That's just me personally. Right? But you should be charging for your wisdom, right? You should be charging for your wisdom and for your time, right? Like, I have so many people that I'm starting to work with, and I'm like, you have no idea. Your experiences, what you know, the revelation, and all the wisdom you have in your head, I will be willing to pay you everything I have in my account to know that, to believe that, and to be able to teach that, right? I tell people all the time, like, there's so much stuff. Like, I'll give you like a small example, right? So I have this little black book here, and I don't use it often, but I use it every once in a while, right? And this little black book is my little black book of questions, right? I'm gonna show it to you. Y'all gonna say this is so funny. So it's not a whole lot in here. It's some in here. Don't get it twisted. Right. And, you know, what I do in this book is this is my book where I ask God hard questions, right? Sometimes, like most times I just ask it to him in prayer, but sometimes I write it down in this little book, right? And somebody created this little book. Somebody created this little book and I paid for it. I don't know how much I paid for it, but I paid for it. And so it was their idea to create it. They created it, they designed it, and, you know, now they're making money from it. And so same thing goes for you and your ideas and your wisdom and your guidance. You should be charging people for it, right? If you look behind me, somebody had the idea to create these little plaques, right? What if they created them and somebody said, oh, because it's about Jesus, you got to give it away for free? Yeah, but how they gonna pay their rent? How they gonna pay their mortgage? How they gonna? I mean, I just don't understand that thought pattern. But whatever. And so you should be charging. Okay. All right. So when you think about why people are calling you, those are some of the things that you probably should start a business with, right? Every time I have a consultant call, I think I got like 3 or 4 today. I always ask them, why are people calling? That's what you should be charging for, because they're already calling you. Now, I do educate them that the people that are currently calling them are not going to pay. Right? The people that are currently calling them are not going to pay because they already know them. They already have their phone number and all that. They don't see the reason why they should pay, but you have to put them a boundary up and say, hey, so here's how this is going to work, right? Like I no longer do that for free, right? And they'll stop calling you about that and they'll just start calling about friend stuff, right? But the people out here that you begin to build a business and a brand around, they will begin to pay, okay? So write down why people call you. And then the last thing I wrote down here is that you have to ask yourself, what type of business knowledge do you have, right? What type of business knowledge do you have? Because in order to go from idea to execution, you now have got to create a plan and you've got to execute a plan, right? You have got to execute a plan. Like a goal without a plan is just a daydream, right? A goal without a plan is just a daydream. You have got to have some sort of plan. You hear what I'm saying? Because otherwise you'll start on this road and then you'll have to backtrack. And then you go back on the road, you have to backtrack again because you don't have a plan. You hear what I'm saying? Like I'm building out so much stuff that's coming out very, very, very soon for you guys. But I have a plan. Like I have a roadmap of the goal that I want to achieve and how I'm going to get that goal by doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Right? And so you're going to have some sort of plan. And so for those of you guys that are saying, I want to go from idea to execution, but I need help, I would love to work with you. We still have our Black Friday consultant rates up. I normally charge $300 an hour, but right now it's $150 per hour. All you got to do is go to KenyaKelly.com under consulting, and you can get a 60-minute strategy session with me. We start with the idea. We start with the goals, and then we go into the idea, and then we go into the executed plan. That's a business plan, branding, marketing, or whatever it is you are. Some of you guys are well beyond the idea, and you're like, how do I make more money? How do I charge more? How do I market more? How do I make my live streams better? How do I make things better? And so we can do that on our calls. You just got to go to KenyaKelly.com/consulting, or just click on consulting on the website. And then we can talk, okay? So that's all I have for you guys today. If you're trying to go from idea to execution and you just started watching, make sure you go back and rewatch the replay. And I would love to help you. I would love to serve you in my consulting business. So you can book a time by going to KenyaKelly.com. And that's pretty much it. So guys, I'm super excited about 2018, if you can't tell. And I'm excited about your goals. And I hope you guys are excited about your goals as well. All right, guys, take care. Bye.